guys, it's Aaron again. I'm back. If you are a subscriber, thank you so much. If you are not, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and click subscribe, and hopefully you will like this video by the time it is over. If you're watching this, there's a high likelihood that you own a Porsche Boxster and you know the importance of regular maintenance on your car. But even experienced DIYers sometimes overlook the importance of cleaning drains. Now, in my research, there's really a lack of information that I have found on this subject, and that is probably contributing to a lot of people not taking care and maintaining the drains on their Porsche Boxsters. And yes, that does include me, I must admit. And there is one very important reason to check these drains on your Boxster 986s. And that is because there is a central alarm module under your seat that a lot of people call the immobilizer. Now, you might have heard about this and you might know that it's under your seat. In the US, it is under the left side driver's seat. In the UK, I'm not sure if it's on the right side or not. So if anybody's out there in the UK and owns a Boxster 986, please put in the comments below where that thing is located, just so everybody will know. It is a large square box, and like I said, it's directly underneath the seat. So what does this immobilizer have to do with drain plugs, you might ask? Well, if your drains get clogged and it rains, the water will end up flowing into the cabin and flooding that unit. And that's gonna result in about a $2,000 repair bill. Now, this module also controls the ignition and a number of other functions. If you happen to come across this video because your module has already gotten wet and is not working, you can sometimes get lucky and resurrect it by unplugging the battery, opening it up, drying it out, drying the entire area. And I won't get into all the details of that in this video, but instead I'm gonna try to show you ways to prevent that from happening to you. So I just like to start by identifying the areas where these drains are on your car so you'll know what to look for. There are 5 of them. The 2 common ones that clog and flood the cabin are under the clamshell, they call it, of your car. And in order to access them, you need to put the car in service position. Now, I have another video that shows you how to get it in service position. Click on this link right here if you need to know how to do that. This diagram right here shows you the locations, although I'm not very sure about the accuracy of this diagram. It's a little off to me, so I'll show you in person where they actually are. This is what is referred to as service position. So from the service position, you can look right through here, and in the middle of the screen where the arrow is pointing is the drain. I'll zoom in a little bit here for you. You can see that there is like a foam seal all the way around it. This stuff is flexible foam, and it can tear or rip, so you want to make sure that it is in good order. Mine seems to be in good shape, and all of the water that comes around the side of here gets filtered down into this little pan area and then goes down that drain hole. If you see any leaves and debris in here, that's going to cause the water not to go down the drain correctly and could flood your cabin. So you want to make sure if there's anything here to get rid of it. So if we walk over to the other side, we can see the same thing over here. Zooming in, there is an identical drain hole on this side too. Now, both of these drains actually drain down through the tubing in your car and come out in front of your wheel. I'll show you here in a minute. So other than visual inspection, here is another way to tell. You take some water, I got a cup of it here, and you take a pan to catch the water and you put it right in front of your wheel here. And I disconnected the window here and pushed it up just to give us some more access to get into here. But I'm just going to take my water and I'm going to pour it right into this pan, and it's going to go into the drain. And if it is unclogged, it will empty out right here. So you can see where it's dripping from is where our tube comes out. And we can come under the car, look under here, and you can actually see the tube where it exits right there. So let's see what we got. I actually flushed out a few of these little leaves just by doing that, and we can pour our water back in and see that we got our full cup back out. And so looks like there's no problem with that one. Did have a little bit of stuff in there that we flushed out. All right, I got another cup for the driver's side, and I'm just gonna do the same thing with the camera down there so you can actually see the water coming out, see what it looks like. Exciting, right? So this side appears to be cleaner. There are still some contaminants that went through there, but we got our full cup back out again. Now, these things that I was talking about before are called water drip pans by Porsche, and you can order them separately if they are ripped or damaged, and I would recommend doing that. If they are, I will put the part numbers right here and below in the description so you can know what to order. There's a different one for the left and the right side. But okay, let's suppose that the water didn't go down or they are visually clogged and you can tell. What do you do then? Well, I have a couple suggestions for you. My first suggestion would be to vacuum them out. I have this little reducer here that goes down pretty small that you can stick in there and try to vacuum the stuff out is my first step. Then I would drop down to step 2 and use some compressed air. You could actually shoot some compressed air through there. If it won't come up, maybe it will go down. You just have to be careful not to press inside the drains so much that you push any part of the drain down in further. And if neither of those work, then step 3, I would move to this. Actually, I just bought it on Amazon based on a link that somebody else in the forums put in there. So I figured I would buy it and give it a try. So as you can see, I just took this out of the package. I've never used it before, so let's unwind it and see how well it works in these drains. This thing feels pretty cool so far. What I'm gonna do is just start feeding it into the drain. Oh, it does fit really well. I'm surprised. I kind of thought that that brush would be too big. I'm just gonna gently get it started here. Find the right angle to take. Okay, so the tube kind of goes back in this direction. So if I feed it from there, it goes in really, really smoothly. I'll just feed it all the way through. And I think I just heard it come out the ground. So let's come over here. And yep, there it is. Take this off the tripod. And we can see it coming all the way through the drain. So yeah, this is a perfect instrument for cleaning your drain if it actually gets clogged. And then just pull it right out. And that brush will get anything that's in there. So yes, thanks for the tip, whoever that was. I will be sure to put a link to this on Amazon in the description, so go ahead and get yourself one of these just to have on hand in case you need it. It's well worth it. This thing is really cheap. So there is a way to prevent them from getting clogged up in the first place, and that is if you buy this part right here. I got it from Ren Part online. I'll give you the contact info where to order that in the description below. But this is a little screen made by Porsche. It is an official Porsche product. It was for the 987, I believe, but it fits on the 986. Guy like this that will go over that drain hole in the back. So there's no installation instructions or anything, but it looks like you just put these little prongs down in the drain hole and press it into place. And it fits down in the pan nicely and will keep any large items out of there. And you can see it forms nicely with the crease in this pan. And now when you check it for debris, you can just get it all off of this strainer. And same thing for the other side. You can see just press those in there and push it into place. So this is a really cheap way for preventative maintenance to keep this thing from clogging. All right, the next two drain holes are gonna be under the frunk here. We're gonna remove this battery cover here first. You just twist both sides. Lift this off. Now, if you come up to the battery and look down here, zoom in, you can see one of the drain holes on the left side of the battery. And the other one's hiding down there under the right side. So if these two drains up here clog, that is going to cause water to flow into here, and your floor pan is going to rust. So whenever you get back in here, I just recommend visually inspecting them, making sure there's no leaves or blockage or any water pooled up there, and you can use the same 3 methods of cleaning them as before. These I would be extra careful because there's like a kind of a grommet there, and I've heard of people trying to push things in there to clean out blockage, and they have actually pushed the drain plug down deeper into the hole, causing more of an issue. All right, the 5th and final drain is by the gas cap. Right underneath it, you will see this drain. So when it rains, water goes right through here, and instead of filling this up, it goes through this hole. So you can do the same thing if you want. Pour water in here, make sure it is draining. It should come out down here somewhere. This hole might be a little small for that trombone thing, but maybe not. But I think this one winds around a little bit more, but I think this one is a lot less common to clog. And if there's any leaves or crap in there, just wipe them out. Hope you guys found this helpful. If you have any other ideas or suggestions on how to clean the drain holes that you have used or heard of, please put them in the comments below, and other people will read them and learn from you. Hope this has been helpful. As always, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time. Oh, and finally, just wanted to give a shout out to James. Thanks, man, for coming through on Patreon and helping support this channel.